Welcome to the Checkout Point, your quick dive into this week's e-commerce buzz with me, Alex, powered by Blicket. These 20 minutes pack the latest trends, news, and insights. Let's navigate the digital marketplace together. Ready? Let's go!
Hey folks, welcome back to the Checkout Point by Blicket.co. I'm Max, coming to you slightly over-caffeinated as usual, which honestly is just my natural state at this point.
And I'm Rachel. Max, I think we need to get you one of those coffee-powered t-shirts or something.
Oh, I've got 3 already! But hey, speaking of things I'm excited about, we are only 1.5 weeks away from Black Friday.
I know, right? I've already started making my list. My family thinks I'm crazy, but this is prime shopping time.
See, this is why we make such a great team. You get it! And actually, speaking of Black Friday and the whole holiday shopping season, Rachel, we just dropped that blog post, didn't we?
Oh, yes. I'm super excited that we just published our new post on the website. It's called Post-Cyber Monday Strategy, your 72-hour profit window.
Dude, that one's going to be a game changer for a lot of sellers. We're definitely diving into that today.
Absolutely. I can't wait to break it down because honestly, most people completely miss this opportunity.
All right, so before I get too ahead of myself, welcome to week 47 of e-commerce news, everyone. We've got a packed episode for you today.
Yeah, and when we say packed, we mean it. We're covering everything from that post-Cyber Monday strategy Max just mentioned to some serious marketplace drama that's happening right now.
Oh man, the Etsy situation is wild. Sellers are literally calling it total search invisibility. We're getting into all of that.
Plus, Shopify just scored another major win. Google's AI is changing how people shop in ways you might not even realize. And there's this whole shipping and tariff shakeup that's about to affect everyone.
And wait till you hear about Walmart's CEO news and Amazon selling cars. Yes, you heard that right. Cars.
I know, when I first read that, I had to do a double take. Like, what's next, buying houses through Prime?
Hey, don't give them ideas. All right, folks, let's jump right in because we've got a lot to cover in our 20 minutes together.
First up, we're talking about that 72-hour window after Cyber Monday that most sellers completely ignore, and why that's a huge mistake.
Let's get into it. All right, so Rachel, we just published something on the blog that I'm honestly really fired up about. And I think our listeners need to hear this because timing is everything here.
Oh, the post-Cyber Monday piece? Yes. Max, this is one of those things where we see brands make the same mistake every single year, and it drives me crazy.
Right? So here's the deal. We wrote this article called Post-Cyber Monday Strategy, your 72-hour profit window. And the core insight is pretty wild. Most e-commerce brands treat Cyber Monday like it's the finish line. They run their big sales, they hit their numbers, and then they just stop.
They literally go into hibernation mode. And meanwhile, there's this insane opportunity sitting right there in front of them. We're talking about Tuesday, December 3rd through Thursday, December 5th. That 72-hour window that everyone ignores.
But here's what's fascinating about this window, and this is something we dig into in the post. Your customers are still in buying mode. Like, psychologically, they're still primed. They've been shopping for days. Their credit cards are already out. And they're actually looking for reasons to keep going.
Exactly. And while your competitors are literally sleeping off their Black Friday hangovers, you can swoop in with strategic follow-ups. We break down in the article why this works so well. But think about it. Reduced competition, warmed-up audiences, and people who are actually disappointed they missed out on Monday's deals.
Oh, the FOMO angle is huge. We've seen brands absolutely crush it by running "Oops, we extended it" campaigns or "one more chance" messaging. It doesn't feel sleazy because people genuinely appreciate it.
And here's something we really emphasize in the post. This isn't about just blasting the same offers again. There's a strategy to it. You're segmenting your audience differently. You're targeting cart abandoners. You're reaching people who engaged but didn't convert.
Right, and we actually lay out specific tactics in the blog post. Like, we're not just saying, hey, do something. We give you the actual playbook for those 72 hours.
The data on this is pretty compelling too. We've seen brands add 15 to 20% to their Cyber Week revenue just by executing well in this window. That's not pocket change.
No, that's significant margin. And the beautiful thing is, your infrastructure is already set up. Your team is already in work mode, your ads are already running, Your email sequences are warm. You're just being smart about the follow-through.
This is honestly one of those things where the opportunity cost of not doing it is huge. Like, if you're an e-commerce brand and you're not thinking about this 72-hour window, you're literally leaving money on the table.
So if you want the full breakdown, and trust me, there's a lot more detail in the actual post, head over to blicket.co and check out Post Cyber Monday Strategy, your 72-hour profit window. We walk through the psychology, the tactics, the timing, all of it.
And honestly, even if Cyber Monday has already passed by the time you're listening to this, the principles apply to any major sales event. This is about understanding customer behavior in those crucial days right after a big promotion.
Absolutely. The link is in the show notes, but it's just blicket.co. You'll see it right on the homepage. This is one of those reads that could genuinely change how you approach your sales calendar.
Okay, so speaking of strategic timing and making the most of opportunities,
Okay, so we've got to talk about what's happening with online marketplaces right now. Because honestly, it's kind of a mess for sellers.
oh, I saw something about this. Etsy sellers are freaking out, right?
Yeah, and I mean like legitimately freaking out. They're calling it total search invisibility. Basically, their products just aren't showing up in searches anymore.
Wait, total invisibility? That sounds dramatic. Are we talking like their sales just dropped a little, or...
No, Rachel, we're talking tanking. Like sellers who've been on Etsy for years are suddenly getting zero traffic. It's like they've become ghosts on the platform.
That's actually terrifying if you think about it. I mean, these are people's livelihoods. You wake up one day and your entire business is just invisible?
Right? And here's the thing. Remember we were just talking about that post-Cyber Monday profit window? Well, imagine trying to capitalize on that when nobody can even find your products.
Okay, so what's causing this? Did Etsy change their algorithm or something?
That's the million-dollar question. Etsy hasn't really given sellers a clear answer, which is making everyone even more anxious. It's like, hey, your business disappeared, but we're not going to tell you why.
I'm not entirely convinced this is all on Etsy, though. Could sellers be doing something differently? Like maybe they need to adapt their strategies.
Actually, funny you mentioned that. eBay just dropped some advice about getting increased visibility both on and off their platform. It's like they saw what was happening with Etsy and said, here's how you don't become invisible.
Okay, I'm listening. What's eBay suggesting?
So they're basically telling sellers to diversify. Don't just rely on platform search. Use social media. Optimize your listings better. Think beyond just the marketplace itself.
That's actually smart advice. It's like not putting all your eggs in one basket, you know?
Speaking of baskets, Amazon just announced this new dashboard for returns. And Rachel, you're going to love this timing. They're calling January the returns tsunami.
A tsunami? That's actually pretty accurate, though. Everyone gets gifts they don't want and just returns everything in January.
Right? It's like the holiday hangover nobody talks about. But Amazon's trying to help sellers manage it better with this dashboard so they can track everything.
You know what's interesting, though? While Etsy and Amazon are dealing with all this chaos, Facebook Marketplace just quietly made it easier for buyers to ask sellers questions.
Yeah! It's such a simple feature, but honestly, it could be a game changer. The easier it is for people to communicate, the more likely they are to actually buy something.
Exactly. And this actually connects really well with what we're going to talk about next with Shopify, because it's all about making the selling experience smoother.
But here's my takeaway from all this. If you're a seller on any platform, you cannot just set it and forget it anymore. You've got to be active, stay informed, and honestly, have a backup plan.
I was just thinking about that. It's like these platforms have so much power over small businesses. One algorithm change and boom, your income disappears.
Which is why that eBay advice about visibility both on and off the platform is so crucial. You need your own audience, your own email list, your own social media following.
That's such a good point. Don't let the platform completely control your destiny.
Exactly, because whether it's Etsy's search issues, Amazon's return tsunami, or whatever comes next, you need to be ready to adapt.
And maybe keep your life jacket handy for that tsunami.
Ha! There's the dad joke I was waiting for from you. Okay, so Shopify just got named a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for digital commerce for the third year in a row. And honestly, that's pretty huge.
Third year. I mean, that's not just a fluke anymore, right? That's like being valedictorian 3 years running. Gartner doesn't just hand these things out like participation trophies.
Exactly. And you know what's wild? We were just talking about how Etsy sellers are struggling with search visibility issues, but Shopify seems to be going in the complete opposite direction. They're basically saying, hey, we've got our platform locked down.
That's such a good point. It's like the difference between renting an apartment and owning your house. With Shopify, merchants have way more control over their own destiny. They're not at the mercy of some algorithm change tanking their entire business overnight.
Right? Although, I gotta say, the timing on this is pretty interesting because we're also seeing all these new integrations popping up. Like Reddit just launched a WooCommerce integration.
Wait, Reddit? The meme capital of the internet is getting into e-commerce integrations?
I know. It sounds weird at first, but think about it. Reddit communities are super passionate about specific things. Like there are entire subreddits dedicated to mechanical keyboards or vintage sneakers or whatever. Those are basically pre-qualified buyers just hanging out together.
So it's like word-of-mouth marketing on steroids? You could literally be chatting with people who are obsessed with the exact thing you're selling.
Exactly. And here's the thing. This is for WooCommerce, which is WordPress-based, not Shopify. But it shows where the whole industry is heading. Everyone's trying to meet customers where they actually are, not just hoping they'll stumble onto your website.
That actually connects to something we're going to dive into next about AI and search. The whole game is changing from build it and they will come to go where they already are and bring value.
For sure. But back to Shopify being a leader 3 years running. I think what's really impressive is how they've managed to serve everyone from the teenager selling handmade jewelry to massive brands like Gymshark. That's not easy to pull off.
Okay, but I'm wondering, does being a leader in some analyst report actually matter to the average small business owner? Like, if I'm running a boutique selling vintage clothing, do I care about Gartner?
That's fair, but here's the deal. When Shopify gets recognition like this, it means they're investing heavily in the platform. More features, better infrastructure, stronger security. That trickles down to everyone using it.
True. And it probably makes investors happy too, which means more money for development. It's like a positive feedback loop.
Plus, think about the app ecosystem. When you're the leader, more developers want to build integrations for your platform. It's like how everyone makes iPhone cases before Android cases, you know?
Ha! That's actually a perfect analogy. Although my Android-loving brother would probably throw something at you for saying that.
Tell them I said hi. But seriously, whether it's Shopify dominating the Gartner report or Reddit jumping into e-commerce, the big picture here is that online selling is getting more sophisticated and more accessible at the same time.
Which is, honestly, pretty cool. Like 5 years ago, you needed a whole tech team to run a decent online store. Now you've got platforms handling the heavy lifting and letting people focus on actually building their business.
And with AI starting to reshape how people search and discover products, which we're getting into next, these platforms are going to be even more critical for staying competitive. Okay, Rachel, you know how we were just talking about Shopify being this powerhouse platform? Well, buckle up, because AI is basically reshaping the entire shopping experience right now.
Oh, I've been noticing this. Like I was shopping online last week and Google's search results looked completely different. What's going on?
Right? So get this. We're 3 years into the generative AI revolution, and it's not just hype anymore. Google just rolled out these wild new AI shopping tools across their search and Gemini. And honestly, it's like having a super smart shopping assistant in your pocket.
Okay, break that down for me. What does that actually look like when I'm searching?
So imagine you're searching for, I don't know, best running shoes for flat feet. Instead of just getting a list of links, you're now getting AI-generated summaries that pull together reviews, compare features, and even suggest specific products based on what other people with similar needs bought.
Wait, that's actually really helpful. But I'm wondering, how are regular stores supposed to compete with that? Like, if Google's AI is doing all the heavy lifting, where does that leave smaller retailers?
That's such a good point. And here's where it gets interesting. The data is showing that AI overviews, that's what Google calls these AI-generated results, are now ranking for tons of shopping keywords. We're talking about a massive shift in how people discover products.
So, is this good news or bad news for e-commerce businesses?
Honestly, both. Here's the deal. If you're a retailer who's been investing in good content, detailed product descriptions, and genuine customer reviews, the AI actually amplifies your visibility. But if you've been relying on old-school SEO tricks, you might be in trouble.
So basically, the AI is like that friend who can smell fake authenticity from a mile away?
Ha! Exactly. You can't trick it with keyword stuffing anymore. The AI is looking at the actual value you're providing to shoppers.
What about the shopping experience itself? Is it just search that's changing?
Oh no, it's way bigger than that. Gen AI is transforming everything. Product recommendations are getting scary accurate, virtual try-ons are becoming the norm, and chatbots can actually understand what you mean when you say something vague like, I need something nice for a summer wedding.
Something nice. The most unhelpful description ever, and yet we all use it.
Right? But here's what I find super cool. This AI integration is actually making shopping more human, not less. It's understanding context and nuance in ways that traditional search never could.
You know what's wild to think about? This connects to what we're going to discuss next about shipping and supply chains. Because if AI can help people find products faster and more accurately, that puts even more pressure on getting those products delivered quickly and reliably.
Ooh, good connection. And speaking of pressure, retailers need to be thinking about this stuff right now. The data shows AI overviews are already dominating shopping searches. So this isn't some future trend. It's happening today.
So what's the takeaway for businesses listening? Should they be panicking or excited?
Excited, definitely. But they need to focus on the fundamentals. Great product information, authentic customer reviews, and actually being helpful. The AI rewards quality. And that's actually good news for businesses who care about their customers.
I mean, that's refreshing in a way. The technology is actually pushing everyone to be better.
Exactly. It's like the AI is raising the bar for everyone. And honestly, shoppers are the big winners here. Okay, so Rachel, we've got to talk about what's happening with tariffs and shipping right now, because it's kind of a wild ride.
Oh man, tell me about it. I was just reading about how USPS is actually adding new services because of all these tariff changes. Like, when was the last time the Postal Service moved that fast on anything?
Right? That's like seeing a sloth win a race. But seriously, they're responding to this whole de minimis thing being eliminated. You know what that is?
I mean, I've heard the term thrown around, but break it down for me.
So basically, de minimis was this rule where packages under a certain value, like $800, could come into the country without paying tariffs. It made ordering cheap stuff from overseas super easy and affordable.
Oh, so that's why I could get those random phone cases from overseas for like $3 with free shipping. That makes so much sense now.
Exactly. But now that's changing. And USPS is like, hey, we see an opportunity here. They're adding services to help businesses navigate all these new tariff rules.
Wait, and I heard postage rates are getting announced next week too? Like, is my wallet ready for this?
Yeah, the 2026 rate announcement is coming. Honestly, with everything going on, tariffs, shipping disruptions, I wouldn't be shocked if we see some increases. It's all connected, you know?
Speaking of connections, remember we were talking about AI and e-commerce earlier? This is where it actually helps. Like, companies are using AI to figure out the most cost-effective shipping routes now that everything's more expensive.
That's such a good point. And here's something super cool. All these tariff changes are actually giving second-hand platforms like ThreadUp a massive boost.
Wait, how does that work? Like, tariffs on new stuff make people buy used clothes?
Basically, yeah. When new products from overseas get more expensive because of tariffs, people are like, you know what? Maybe I don't need that brand new shirt. I'll just get a gently used one for way less.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. Thrift shopping is having a moment anyway, and now it's actually the smart financial choice too.
Right? It's like being trendy and budget conscious at the same time. But here's where it gets interesting. The government just exempted over 200 agricultural products from these reciprocal tariffs.
Okay, so they're protecting food and farm stuff. That makes sense because nobody wants their grocery bill to go crazy.
Exactly. Like, imagine if your morning orange juice suddenly cost twice as much because of tariffs. People would riot. But it shows how complicated this whole thing is. They're picking and choosing what gets tariffed and what doesn't.
I'm wondering, though, what does this mean for small businesses? Like, the ones who are relying on cheap overseas shipping to stay competitive.
That's the million-dollar question. Some are pivoting to domestic suppliers. Others are eating the costs. And some, like we'll probably see with big retailers, are completely rethinking their strategies. Actually, that reminds me of the leadership changes happening at places like Walmart. These companies are preparing for a whole new ballgame.
It's like the entire supply chain is getting a software update, but nobody's quite sure if all the bugs are worked out yet.
Ha! Perfect analogy. And honestly, we're all just watching this play out in real time.
Welcome to 2025, where your shipping costs are unpredictable and the tariffs are made up.
I mean, you're not wrong, but seriously, if you're running an online business or even just a frequent online shopper, this is definitely stuff to keep an eye on. Okay, Rachel, you're not going to believe this. Walmart's CEO Doug McMillon is stepping down after nearly 12 years.
Wait, seriously? That's huge. I mean, Walmart's basically everywhere, right? That's a massive deal.
Right? And here's the kicker. During his time as CEO, Walmart's stock went up 312%. 312%.
Okay, that's actually insane. My brain can barely comprehend that number. Like if you invested $100 when he started, you'd have
Over $400. Not too shabby for just holding on to some stock, you know?
So how does that compare to other big retailers? Because I'm guessing Target and Amazon were doing their thing too during that time.
Great question. So check this out. It actually beats a lot of the competition. Amazon obviously did well because, it's Amazon. But Walmart held its own against giants like Costco and totally crushed Target's performance.
That's wild. Because I remember when everyone was like, oh, Amazon's going to destroy traditional retail. But Walmart was like, hold my shopping cart.
Ha! Exactly. They really adapted to the whole online shopping thing. Actually, speaking of adapting, and this is kind of random, but stay with me. We talked earlier about those tariff and shipping issues, right?
Oh yeah, with the USPS stuff?
Yes. Well, Walmart's been dealing with supply chain challenges this whole time. And Macmillan really transformed how they handle it. They built this whole online empire while still keeping their physical stores relevant.
That's honestly really smart. Like they didn't just pick one lane, they did both.
But here's where it gets even weirder. So Ford, yes, the car company, just announced they're partnering with Amazon to sell used cars online.
Wait, what? Like actual cars? On Amazon?
I know, right? My first thought was, can I get 2-day Prime shipping on a Ford F-150?
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But seriously, that's kind of a game changer. I mean, buying a car online sounds sketchy, but
But it makes sense when you think about it. Amazon's already got the logistics figured out, and people trust them. Ford dealers will still be involved, but Amazon handles the online part.
so it's like Amazon is fitting the middleman for everything. First books, then groceries, now cars.
Pretty much. And honestly, with Black Friday coming up in like a week and a half, I'm wondering if we'll see any crazy car deals on Amazon.
Can you imagine? Cyber Monday special, 20% off a minivan.
I mean, I'd click on that ad.
But this all connects, doesn't it? Like Macmillan stepping down at Walmart, Ford jumping into Amazon's ecosystem. It feels like we're watching this massive shift in how retail works.
Exactly. The old guard is changing, and companies that don't adapt are getting left behind. Macmillan saw that coming and transformed Walmart from just a store into this omni-channel powerhouse.
That's actually a pretty incredible legacy. Like, he didn't just maintain what was there. He completely reimagined it.
For sure. And whoever takes over has some seriously big shoes to fill. You can't just coast when you're running the biggest retailer in the world.
I wonder who they'll pick as the new CEO. That's going to be fascinating to watch.
Right? It's like the retail world's version of picking a new superhero. Well, that's a wrap on week 47 of e-commerce news, folks. And wow, what a week it's been.
Max, I think we covered enough ground today to make anyone's head spin. From Shopify's big win to Walmart's CEO shakeup to, wait, did we really just talk about buying cars on Amazon?
We absolutely did. And honestly, that might be my favorite what will they think of next moment of the entire episode. Though I gotta say, that whole post-Cyber Monday strategy thing really got me thinking.
Right? That 72-hour window is something I'd never really considered before. It's like everyone assumes the party's over, but the smart brands are still dancing.
Rachel just made a party metaphor. I'm so proud right now.
Oh, stop it. But seriously, with Black Friday just a week and a half away, all of this feels extra timely. I mean, if you're running an e-commerce business and you're not paying attention to these trends right now,
You're basically leaving money on the table. And speaking of which, if you enjoyed hanging out with us today, We'd love it if you joined us again next week for more e-commerce news and maybe a few more of my terrible jokes.
Terrible is being generous.
Hey, my jokes are a national treasure. But seriously, folks, swing by blicket.co if you want more cool resources and insights. We've got all kinds of good stuff over there.
And honestly, what struck me most today was just how fast everything is changing. From AI search to marketplace algorithms to entire shipping rules being rewritten, it's a lot to keep up with.
Which is exactly why we're here every week, breaking it all down so you don't have to stress about it. We do the homework, you get the highlights.
We really do appreciate you spending part of your week with us. It means a lot.
All right, I'm going to go prep my post-Cyber Monday strategy now. Rachel, what are you doing until next week?
Probably recovering from all the retail news whiplash. And maybe doing some early Black Friday research.
Smart! Okay, everyone. We'll catch you next week with more e-commerce goodness. Until then, happy selling.
See you next week, friends. Take care.